My version of WWE Universe Mode, Episode 1. And in this episode, we're going to be setting up things. And then we might get into the first show. We might get into Raw or SmackDown. So, what we're going to do is we're going to have Raw, SmackDown, NXT. We're going to go ahead and get rid of. Let's just get rid of main event because it's not really a thing anymore that I know of. I mean, it could be. So here we have, it's going to tell you, if you click on this information, it's not hosting any pay-per-views. So what we're going to do instead is, I know okay, so you can only have 2 shows per pay-per-view. So you can't have anything, you can't have like a pay-per-view on a Saturday in this game. Like, I can't have a takeover the Saturday before Extreme Rules. I can't do that. So instead, what we're going to do is every third week of the month, we're going to have a pay-per-view. Except up until WrestleMania for NXT. And NXT can participate in WrestleMania. That's how I want to go ahead and do this. And set this up right now. So let's go ahead and jump into setting it up. We're not going to really do a whole lot of things like different. We're just going to keep it the same for now. I mean, I might go back and change it to like NXT TakeOver Brooklyn or something like that at a later point, but for the sake of this first part, we're just going to set it up so it doesn't take forever to do. So every third week here, we're going to have, like I said, a pay-per-view, except for the one before WrestleMania. Now, I'm toying with the idea of having the NXT superstars being able to participate in Money in the Bank. We'll see when that time comes, because we're going to take this one episode at a time, like one Raw at a time, one NXT at a time, stuff like that. Would you like to create a pay-per-view for the next month? Yes, I would. So we're going to fly through this right quick. Flying through, we're already at Survivor Series, which means we're in November, December, we're already at TLC, we're getting there. Okay, we're going to put NXT there. Boom. Royal Rumble, we will skip that as well. So they have a chance at the same thing. Nah, crap. I didn't want to go into this. So, because it's going to take it a minute and a half to load. We all know how long it takes that thing to load. Excuse me. Let's see how... Alright, good. That's how I wanted it. And then we're at WrestleMania. So, like I said here, these, like, WrestleMania and the Royal Rumble are going to be, like, tri-branded. You're going to be able to... NXT superstars are going to be able to participate on those shows. You know what? I'll do the same for Money in the Bank. We'll go ahead and get rid of that. So, a Money in the Bank winner, an NXT superstar can go ahead and win Money in the Bank. So, we will most certainly do that. Now, Raw and SmackDown here are going to be one thing. They're going to be coexisting. I might separate them out later, but since we have NXT to do as well, and we can't put shows on Saturday when it comes to pay-per-views, that's going to be hard to do. So, I mean, we could do the first Sunday of every month for NXT, but we already have it set up pretty much for the third. So, that being said, let's get back here and let's Universe. Superstars. Superstars. Alright, who do we want on NXT? We're gonna have some, obviously we have some Bailey. Do we want to put Bailey on the main roster, or do we need a NXT women's division? Because I feel like we do, like, a lot. So, I mean, we could bring in some legends like Billy Gunn for NXT and Brian Pillman, but at the same time, we want to keep it somewhat legitimate. Why do I have two Brock Lesnar's? Oh, because that's a shirt that someone made. Okay, disregard that. Alright, Cactus Jack. Gonna have some of my friends in here. So that's what we will do. We will have we'll have a lot of the calls that I have, the created wrestlers that I have in NXT to help bulk up the roster. Emma is on all 3 shows. Sorry, Emma. Don't think so. You're not going to be on all 3 shows. You're going to be on NXT because we're going to need the diversity in the women's division. Enzo and Cass could stay on the main roster. Eva Marie. No. NXT for you. Should have stayed. It's going to be hard to. NXT. Hideo Itami, Heath Slater, Goldust, Harambe, your boy Harambe. Oh boy. Alright, Jason Jordan, obviously NXT with Chad Gable, because they're already number 1 contenders for the NXT. We have Jeff Hardy. I don't think we have Matt Hardy. That'll probably be something that we do in the latter portion of this off-screen, going ahead and getting the Hardys. So we're going to put them on Raw, just like they are in real life. But Jeff on Raw. Alright, I'm only going to put one of my male calls, like one for me, on, because I have a lot. We have, like, my personal ones. Because I don't want this to get taken over by created wrestlers. But we're going to put Tommy End in, obviously, because he is part of NXT. It's not as Tommy End. He is Aleister Black. There we go. Put another one of my friends in, because we need the diversity. We really do. We need the diversity on NXT. Because it's a small roster, and I mean, they did what they could. I mean, 17 people in NXT is a big step up from what it was from a year ago. It's where I think there were only like 4 or 5. So let's go ahead and go up here. The Revival are the NXT Tag Team Champions. I don't think we have a lot of tag teams in NXT. I know we have American Alpha, the Revival. Who else do we have? See, that's where I kind of want to bring in Degeneration X for NXT, solely for some diversity in the tag team division, because I don't think there's enough. I mean, I could be wrong, and I guess we'll just have to play through and see how it works out. So, there's that. I might just put the Ascension back in NXT, because honestly, that's probably where they need to be, so we'll go ahead and do that. Where is it? Affiliated show. You're no longer on SmackDown. Sorry. You're going back to NXT, where you probably needs to go in real life. The Ascension needs to go back. down to NXT, in my opinion. They can get some repackaging, maybe. I don't know if you want to change them too much, but they definitely need something to make people, like, care again. Alright. Tyler Breeze, you're gonna pull double duty. You're gonna go double duty. You're gonna work at NXT 2. Alright. Let me find the one that I want for me. And then we'll put all of my friends in. We'll use Josh. We will. Josh Bennett. There we go. Well, we got it. There we go. Put him in NXT. See, what we're trying to do is we're trying to build up. There we go. Here we go. We're almost there. All right. Let's get this going. Setting up little by little. We moving along. We're moving along. Let's go ahead and set him in NXT. There we go. Alrighty. So there we have it. Our rosters are set. What are our championships like? So I'm not differentiating anything. Ooh. Okay, do we want to switch? I have custom titles here. That's back from my other universe mode save. We have the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships, but we don't have we don't have enough of a show for them. So, we have the SmackDown Women's Championship and the Raw Women's Championship. So Charlotte's our champion there. Asuka's our women's champion in NXT, which we might just give her the new belt and vacate that one. So it's a little bit more realistic. I like the newer belt better. I don't know. I mean, I liked what they did with the original one, the original Women's NXT Championship, because it got back to this. It got back to the old WWE Women's Championship. It's what it reminded me of, but a more updated version. So I can't be the only one that saw the similarity there. So there's the old version that was defended on the main roster, and there's the NXT title. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Tag team titles. We have the Revival, obviously. What's the... we've only got 3 teams. For now. We might have some teams form later on down the line. As always happens in NXT. And regardless... Alright. Getting lost here. Alright. Now that we've got it set up, we might set up a Cruiserweight Championship and use that belt. I just like it better. I might make a Cruiserweight Championship and just use it instead of using the actual one. Plus, it's not in the game anyway. So, who's our WWE Champion? Because that's going... Dean Ambrose is the WWE Champion with Seth... Okay, the Shield are the top 3 contenders for the title. Well, top 1 and 2. Alright. The Intercontinental title, Zack Ryder is the #1 contender. we're gonna go ahead and I want to vacate all those titles and then just establish new ones through Gold Rush. I think that's what we'll do. So that's gonna take place outside of universe mode, and it's all gonna be sim. So it's gonna be completely random. Like there's no like input from me at all. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go tournament. One-on-one, obviously. New championship, and it is going to be for the... Can I... Okay. Gender, superstars, obviously. Randomized superstar. Sure. Why not? Damage retention off. Match type normal. We'll go random. Alright. So... Okay, Kalisto somehow manages to get in that fray. We can't have Alex Drake in there because he's not in universe mode. Okay. Brock Lesnar is already in there. We can't have two Brock Lesnars. Looking for something. Randy Savage. Eric. Oh, that's intriguing. Eric Rowan versus Luke Harper. Okay. Kalisto, no. Ziggler versus Jericho. I like it. Switch out that. Let's go now. Titus O'Neil versus Devon Dudley. Oh boy. Alright, no. And stop. Alright, I'm alright with that. We got one call in the tournament. That's all I want. And we're going to go ahead and finalize this matchup. Dolph Ziggler versus Chris Jericho will simulate this. Chris Jericho moves on. Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton. Randy Orton versus Chris Jericho in the second round. Luke Harper versus Eric Rowan. Luke Harper comes out on top. Devon Dudley versus Jeff King. Jeff King coming out over Devon Dudley. I'm surprised at that. Chris Jericho versus Randy Orton. Chris Jericho coming out on top. Chris Jericho versus Jeff King. Jeff King coming out on top. And we have a new champion. Jeff King, one of our created wrestlers, is your new WWE champion, and we'll start universe mode as the WWE champion. Alright, let's go ahead and start up a new one, this time for the... Do I want to do for the tag titles? I feel like we should crown new champions. Or at least try to crown new champions. I did one-on-one, I'm a dummy. New... I did it again, man. 200. Alright, new. Save data frame. Yes, I am sure. So we're going to crown new WWE Tag Team Champions. Or not. That could always be a thing as well. You know what? I'm not going to use those tag titles in my universe mode. I'm going to use these, the 02 to 2010 ones, because I like them better. Superstars, obviously. Randomize the superstar. Damage retention. Random again. Alright, let's see what we got here. Undertaker and Jack Swagger. What? Alright, no. Chris Jericho and Randy Savage. Tommy and DDP. Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso. Hideo Itami and Curtis Axel. Finn Balor and The Miz. Kevin Owens and The Rock. The Wyatts, there we go. That's what I want to see. Versus Los Matadores. If Los Matadores beats the Wyatts, this game is broken. I understand at this point it's RNG, but still, that's broken if that happens. Randy Orton, Del Rio, Noam Dar, and Kevin Owens. He's not in. We can't have. Wait, what? You can have two since there's 4 people, you can have the Wyatts in Luke Harper and Bray Wyatt. But you can also have Braun Strowman and Eric Rowe. What? No, we can't. Dolph Ziggler and okay. Obviously, we can't have that. We'll put the Vaudevillains in it, but it's okay. Gotta find Simon Gotch because I don't apparently know my alphabet. Simon Gotch, there you are. And Aiden English. We gotta go back up to the A's. Should be the only one here. There we go. Vaudevillains versus the Golden Truth. Oof, that's Lucha Dragons versus the Revival. Blake and Murphy versus the Ascension. Okay, this ought to be good. Let's simulate that. Okay, good. The game's not broken. I would have had to stop. I would have just ended it right there. Like, I'm done. I quit. All right, the Vaudevillains versus the Golden Truth. The Golden Truth heading out on top. Lucha Dragons versus Blake and Murphy in the second round. The Wyatts versus the Golden Truth. If the Golden Truth wins. Okay, I was going to say. Lucha Dragons versus Blake and Murphy. Lucha Dragon. Wow, okay. I didn't see that one coming. Lucha Dragons versus the Wyatts. And the Wyatts are your your first ever, not first ever, WWE Tag Team Champions in this universe mode. So Bray Wyatt and Luke Harper. All right, now to crown a new Intercontinental Champion. Oh, and I did 2-on-2 again. I'm dumb. I was like, why won't it let me? All right, new, vacant. Change that to singles. I don't get why the Intercontinental title is so far down. Like, all the other titles that aren't actually active are, like, above it. So here we go. Randomized superstar damage retention off on random again. And let's go. Brock Lesnar versus Rusev. Not that one. We'll put Tyson Kidd in there. I don't think he's going to win. Hideo Itami versus Samoa Joe. That's a good match right there. Okay. Cesaro versus Dean Ambrose. Former WWE champion. Rusev versus Tyson Kidd. No, we're going to change that one out. Big Cass versus Jeff Hardy. Alright. Let's see how this works out. Tyson Kidd versus Rusev. Rusev comes out on top. Jeff Hardy versus... I was actually expecting Big Cass there. Samoa Joe versus Hideo Itami. Samoa Joe coming out on top. Rusev versus Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy coming out on top. Dean Ambrose versus Samoa Joe. Dean Ambrose versus Jeff... Now, that would be a match. Dean Ambrose versus Jeff Hardy. And that's something we could actually see. One of the most... the original Daredevil in Jeff Hardy versus the Lunatic Fringe. I'd watch that. So Jeff Hardy moving on versus The Miz. Jeff Hardy, your new Intercontinental Champion by way of submission. Okay. And let's talk about that Jeff Hardy. That Jeff Hardy call there. It's kind of ridiculously amazing. All right, let's go. You know what? I might have a unification match between the US title and the Intercontinental title, because I honestly don't see there being a point of two minor titles. So that might be a thing that happens. So we might have Jeff Hardy versus Rusev. All right, so we've got our champion set. No, we don't. We don't have our women's champion set. What am I doing? What am I doing? Let's go ahead and do this. The NXT Women's Championship. Boom. Actually, I lied. We're not going to use that one. We're going to use this one. We're going to randomize superstar damage retention on and random because equality. Becky Lynch versus Dana Brooke, Carly versus Tamina, Paige versus Naomi, Natalia versus Alicia Fox. I was telling myself in my head I wasn't going to make that joke, but I did. So Becky, all right, I'm fine with that. Let's see who the new NXT Women's Champion is going to be. All right, it's Carly, your new NXT Women's Champion. We're going to go ahead and use that. We need to set our Raw Women's Champion, or just our Women's Champion, since we're not separating quite yet. Randomize, damage retention, random. Alright, let's go ahead. Finalize these matchups. Asuka versus... Okay. Natalia versus Becky Lynch. Ooh, Charlotte retains. Okay. So Charlotte stays champion. Alright, now we can go back into universe mode. Let's load up one. Because I don't know which one it's going to load. If I just... Okay. Let's go slot 2. Go ahead and load. And let's get into Monday Night Raw and set the championships. Dean Ambrose isn't your champion anymore. No, we still want that. How do I set champions? How's that a thing? Superstar? No. I feel dumb. Here we go. This is what I want. Championships. WWE title. Why is it all the way at the bottom? I don't understand. Can I take... I can't... Okay. Can't take it off of... Why? Why won't it let me... So, those tournaments were essentially for nothing. Essentially. Can I change? Like, can I... How do I do this? Can I change champions if I want to? Champions should be used on another show if you want to use. What is it? Oh, because it's being used on SmackDown. That's dumb game. Okay, so we're gonna have to sim a week. This is how I do it? Yes, this is probably how I do it. Boom. Let's switch it to the World Heavyweight Championship. And just for giggles, we'll put it on him, even though he's not on this show. So I can go ahead and we'll save it for now. It's not going to stay like this. In championships. So that's just so I can vacate it, which is kind of stupid. So I can give it to somebody else. It's like I don't have that many titles being fine. We'll put it there, and we'll put it on Trish Stratus. I don't know. Okay, so let's see if this works out the way I want it to. Because we're going to go back and put in the WWE Championship here. Can I change? I cannot change the champion. Fantastic. So that was all for nothing there, essentially. All right. Championships. Wait, no, it wasn't. I'm dumb. Because if it's not assigned to a show, I can vacate it. Put it on Stephanie McMahon. She's not going to wrestle anyway. Okie doke. Reply to this message real quick. Alright. Alright. So now we can go into, in theory, we can go into universe mode here. And go ahead and assign the championships that we want, how we want them. Okay. Vacate. There we go. Beautiful. That's exactly what I wanted. And we put it on him, because he won the title. The Wyatts won this. Bray Wyatt. It was Luke Harper, but whatever, doesn't matter. Freebird rule. Alright, we did the Intercontinental title as well, but we're not going to be able... Alright, our first show... Wait, do I have... No, I need to fix the titles again. No, crap. Man, I am all kinds of a mess right now, so I apologize if this is really, really boring to watch, but we got to get it set up. It'll be better, I promise. It'll be better in the future with the next episode, because we'll actually have stuff set up and it'll actually work out. So, calendar, that's what I want to do, to change the title back from that. Even though I do like the big gold belt better, I think a lot of people did. There we go. And we'll just go ahead from there. We'll just go ahead and do that. But anyway, that is it for the first episode of Universe Mode. I know it wasn't too intriguing, and it was just a lot of me setting things up. But I promise the next episode will be better. And we'll actually get some matches in. We'll actually get Raw started. And NXT after that, SmackDown, and then we'll eventually work our way up to the first NXT pay-per-view, Extreme Rules. I might come up with better names for these, like takeover with the takeovers and the paybacks and stuff like that. But we'll see. We'll see as time goes on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this first video. You probably didn't, but if you did, you know where to come for the next one. And I will see you all in that one.